All right, guys, welcome back for the first Motivational Monday of 2024. I really better bring it. 2024 coming into a new year. It's always just mentally, it's such a great thing. Honestly, even for me, like I love that reset button, that it's time to start another chapter. I love that feeling of that we're flipping a page, and man, if 23, you feel like you would rather just light those pages on fire and start with a new one, that's fine. But thinking about a new year, I was kind of thinking about just purpose and all this stuff. And right now we're in the middle of upgrading Charlie Brown. So Charlie's sitting behind me, very naked. Anytime that you're upgrading something, and I don't know, it just makes me think of some stuff. Like we're trying to figure out if we want to keep the factory firewall, we want to keep the factory front suspension, because right now, kind of the flavor of small tire no prep is there's no rules. So there would be a lot of benefit of changing some stuff, but then that kind of limits the car to one thing, right? Like it's only good for this one thing, where if you look at rules and you look at drag racing in general, there's always this recycling of how it works. I was just watching my dude Brian Loam's YouTube channel, and he was talking about the history of drag racing and how it started, and then back in the 50s, the first rule book, and like how the classes kind of came about, and it was so similar to where no prep is right now. It's so unreal. You should go watch it. He has an incredible YouTube channel. It's so awesome. But just hearing that and thinking about that, and then like right now, there's like a recycling of cars, right? And this is what I mean by that. That there was cars that were built like in the 90s, like early pro stock cars or early whatever, that like honestly would make really good like small tire no prep cars with a few adjustments, right? And all of a sudden these cars that had no purpose have found a purpose. Like, man, we could totally reuse this piece. It would be great for what we're doing now. I kind of think about like the no prep kings thing. Like before big tire no prep kings existed, they run a big tire deal with a factory roof and quarter panel car. That car was really, nobody was building that. Like it wasn't a car that was really plentiful. If you were building a big tire car, you were doing it with a carbon body, But again, back to the 90s, early 2000 pro stock cars, that's what like Jeff Lutz's car that runs MPK. That is a Jerry Bickle pro stock car that they've modified to do what they're doing. It has a little more tube in it, whatever. But the foundation was pretty good. And this is what I mean by this, is a lot of times as the evolution of this changes, we constantly change the car to keep up with the evolution. Well, then we'll get to a certain point where they're going to start rewinding the rules. That's always happens. Or maybe you no longer want to run the unlimited class, but you'd like to run something else. Well, now this car has become obsolete, like you can't use it, right? So you're always trying to think through it and make the best decisions as possible. And it made me think about us. And there's a book in the Bible that's not very long. And it's called Esther. It's the story of this lady. It's a really great book. But there's a verse in Esther that talks about that she was made, or we were made for such a time as this. And I think what a lot of us do is we see the world around us that's happening, right? And we try to change ourselves to be more relevant, be more whatever, right? Like to really blend into the world better. But the reality is that we were made for such a time as this. Specifically your good traits, right? Like the ones that are your healthy traits, let's call them. You're the only you that there is. And you were made for such a time as this. And I think if we stop trying to change our good traits and not copy other people and really be us, there's so many doors that could open up for you. Much like with the race cars, that a lot of times we keep upgrading and changing something until it's no longer really what it was supposed to be, when we could have maybe just built a new one. I'm really talking to myself right now about this. But yeah, you were made for such a time as this. And I hope that you can find peace in 24 in yourself and who you were created to be, the person that you are, the abilities that you have, and the things that you're good at. I hope that you can find more things that you're good at, more things that really ignite that, your soul, man, makes you chase after good stuff. And yeah, I just hope that you can find more of that in 2024. Man, I can't believe it's 2024. I remember when it turned 2000, and remember when everything was supposed to blow up. It's crazy. I'm getting old, man. But yeah, and then the other little announcement that is that we're not going to do Motivational Monday every couple weeks. It's going to be more of an organic Motivational Monday, meaning that if something happens and I really want to kind of encourage you guys with it, that's what we're going to do. I don't want it to ever be forced, because we truly love you. I hope that you know that honestly, this doesn't make sense, right? To all the things that we do, it really doesn't. If you think of our YouTube channel in general, it's kind of all over the place, but that's who we are. And kind of back to this point of I never want to be anyone but me. I don't want Rick to ever be anyone but him. I want the boys to ever be anyone but themselves. And that's what you get at our YouTube channel. You see us for who we are. And I think that's what's beautiful about it. So you're going to continue to see that. You're going to we're going to encourage you even through the videos of updating Charlie Brown or whatever that we're doing, because we want to continually make the content genuine to what we're excited about. And we want to take you along with our journey of what we are excited about. And not to say that you're not going to get Motivational Mondays, because you will. They just might be sprinkled throughout a little bit more randomly. It might be a Motivational Thursday. I don't know. Whatever happens. And I know a lot of you guys, it's the amount of people that come up that think us is absolutely, it's one of the most humbling things in my life, to be completely honest with you. It's crazy. We just really appreciate that it helps you. And if only one person watches this and it encourages them, that was absolutely worth sitting here and doing this. So we do have a lot of these, and Ricky has went and organized them really, really well. He even kind of has them almost listed out as topics, right? So if you need some encouragement and we haven't dropped anything for you, man, go back and look at some of the earlier ones maybe that you missed, because there's a lot of really great encouraging content out there, and we're not the best at it. I'll tell you that straight up. I'm not the best public speaker. I'm not the best at motivating people, but we truly want to try to help you, right? We want to put you in a better place if we can. And like always, like I say, you don't have to believe to belong. You can think however you want, and hopefully you get something from this. So, man, we love you. We appreciate you. I hope you have a great 2024. And then when I'm sitting in this chair again and we're rolling into 2025, that chapter of your life isn't one that you want to forget. It's one that you want to remember. We love you. Thanks for watching. See ya.